Psychokinesis is a natural side effect of self-mastery. Via empathy with a target, the proper mindset, and the use of one's natural subtle energy, we can achieve non-local interaction with objects, elements, people, plants, and more. If you would like to experience this phenomenon firsthand, please subscribe to this channel and join us now as Trebor Seven continues his quest to demystify psychokinesis.
Sacred Supplements is a family-owned and operated business established in 2015. We specialize in creating all-natural supplements that deliver supernatural benefits. Surpass the limits of modern medicine using the magic-like properties of monoatomic elements found in our one-of-a-kind, supercharged Ormus elixirs, Logos, Messiah, and Magi. Avoid toxic pharmaceuticals using the time-tested and medically proven healing powers of colloidal copper and colloidal silver, broad-spectrum remedies created to perfection and made with love. Enjoy the amazing detoxifying and energizing effects of Sacred Soleil, an affordable, all-natural, refillable energy drink with over 80 ionic minerals, plus electrolytes and loads of pure solar energy. Visit sacredsupplements.com today to order or to learn how to create these sacred gifts for your mind, body, and spirit. Hello and welcome. Hey, we are live. It is April 7th, 2026, 7 o'clock. That means it's time for our monthly live stream. I am Trebor Seven, aka Robert Allen, creator of telekinesisschool.com, where you can find free, fun, and effective ways of learning telekinesis, and the creator of treborseven.com, where you can access over 3 hours of private videos you won't find anywhere else, including 7 additional tutorials and some pretty amazing demonstrations. And last but not least, the creator of sacredsupplements.com, where you can find sacred gifts for the mind, body, and spirit. You can learn how to make these supplements, or you can purchase them. And think that's all with the intros. Now, I was supposed to have my co-host here. Let me see if he's backstage. No. Okay, Ricky. I don't know. If you're listening, if you're having trouble, email me or let me know in the comments or something, and we'll see if we can get you online here. Let's see. Let's go and see if there's any comments. Was there anybody watching? Oh, yeah, we got a few over here. Hey, thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. What we got? I got a message from StreamYard that says YouTube is having trouble streaming, so I'm not even sure if I'm live. Somebody let me know in the chat if you can hear and see me. I would appreciate it. Let's see. We got some comments here. Let's what we got. From my experience, manipulating the weather is 110% possible. Many yogi masters through the ages have done it. I have done it and have made clouds burst, and you can erase out chemtrails. Awesome. Yeah. No kidding. And thanks for sharing that. Oh, here's another comment from Chris Light and Love. Now, in my humble opinion, I think that's what that's supposed to say. It's not about being psychic so much as understanding, as the yogis do, how to manipulate the elements. Now, if you're at that point of controlling elements, obviously you're also highly psychic. Yeah, I don't know about how highly psychic you have to be to do the cloud busting thing, but I would agree with that. And you are live. Oh, good. Thank you so much. All right. Thanks for being here. And my apologies for Ricky. I'm not sure what's going on there. But today we are going to talk about Atmokinesis, which is kind of a broad term, but more specifically, I mean, we're talking about manipulating the atmosphere, which could mean the weather, the everything from the wind, the rain, the clouds, everything. And I don't have a lot of experience with this, but I do remember when I first got into cloud busting, I found it rather easy. Um, it's not something that you think about, when you look up. Most people don't even look up at the sky, but when you look up and it's a cloudy day or what have you, and you start looking for shapes in the clouds and doing things like that, you'll notice the behavior of clouds. They come and they go, they accumulate and they dissipate. And the form of cloud busting that I am familiar with is making them dissipate. And I was surprised to see that I only had 2 videos under this topic. And I could have swore I had some more cloud busting videos, but I searched my computer and found nothing. So we'll have a short and sweet demonstration, but hopefully we'll have some comments from the YouTube watchers, and we'll be able to keep a steady stream of consciousness rolling here. Speaking of which, let me put the right banner on. Yeah, so this is live stream number 42. Wow. 42 months we've been doing this, guys. And if you haven't noticed, we're kind of going through all the forms of psychokinesis, atmokinesis. I'm trying to save telekinesis for last. I'm trying to think if there's any more after this one. Atmokinesis, and then biokinesis. I don't think I've done that one, and that's an important one because that includes the healing portion of psychic abilities, which frankly is one of the greatest benefits of developing your psychic abilities and finding harmony with your mind, body, and spirit and all that. So, yeah, the banner says live chat with Ricky and Trevor. So hopefully Ricky will show up. Maybe I should email him the join link again. Oh, no, I know he's got it. He's got it. He'll be here if he can be here. All right, but I do need to go find my playlist for Atmokinesis YouTube. There it is. And we'll take a gander at that and perhaps have a little commentary while we watch. Hope all is well with you guys this spring. Spring has definitely sprung here in the Midwest, getting ready for planting season. And uh-oh, one of my screens froze up. I hope I'm not froze up over here. Well, it looks like StreamYard's still going. Well, I tell you what, guys, if we have technical difficulties and I have to leave or the stream ends suddenly, my apologies. But I was forewarned by StreamYard that YouTube's having trouble streaming right now. So, all right, hopefully I'll be able to do this. We are going to, as soon as I learn how to do it again, share screen. And Atmokinesis, share. Go big or go home, and let me make sure that's showing up. It looks like it is. All right. If there's no further comments, let me check comments one more time before we get started. We have a hello. Well, hello, person whose username I can't pronounce. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you giving us a shout out in the chat. Hey, if you're watching, say something in the chat just so I can acknowledge you being here because I really do appreciate you being here. All right, so we're going to go look at Atmokinesis. And I have a feeling we'll have some time left over, so maybe we'll go search for some better demonstrations. I do recall this demonstration, and it's not that great. I'll tell you what, well, I'll talk about that after we watch this. All right, let's watch this. About a 5-minute video on cloud busting.
Hello, hola, ni hao, and konnichiwa, and all those other languages I don't speak. Spring has sprung, and I'll be doing some outdoor demonstrations, and I thought we would kick things off with some Atmokinesis. Hope you enjoy the show. Okay, Atmokinesis is basically the manipulation of the atmosphere, such as the flux and the elements and the airflow and things. And this is a cloud dispersing demonstration, also known as cloud busting. And I'm doing some really small clouds here because I want to try to keep this quick and simple. But right there, you saw the little arrow to the little piece I'm erasing. And it's fairly easy to do. If you can move a chi spinner, go out there and try to disperse a cloud. Because, man, I got to tell you, this is one of the easiest kinetic abilities one can acquire. So go out and try this. And like I'm doing here, start with some little clouds at first so you can see what you're actually doing. Like I'm trying to tell you here, I'm doing the one on the right there, that little one. And then notice the one on the left, is still there by the time I get done. And I was trying to find some, the ideal uh, situation where we had two identical clouds side by side so I could erase one, not the other. And I'll give you some tips on this too, how to do this later. But as you can see, it's dispersing, and the hand signals, and I also make some sounds like some shh or sucking sounds or whatever. But it's all just mentalism. Basically, you just work with your imagination, and lo and behold, those suckers will start erasing. My daughter picked this up right away. I mean, day one, she was erasing clouds. It's really a lot of fun. So give this one a try if you haven't done it yet. All right, and here's the last one. And I know a lot of you guys that watch this, most of my viewers or a lot of my viewers are aspiring practitioners or teachers and practitioners themselves. So I recommend everyone to try this. But you'll notice when you go to dispersing clouds, a lot of times when you go to working on a cloud, you'll notice the range is way too wide. You start dispersing all the clouds, even the surrounding clouds. So I want you to take note this time around. The cloud we pointed to there, the kind of the one there and the little one in the center, and take note of the ones beside it. And notice how they're not dispersing. In fact, they're actually getting a little thicker or bigger as the progression goes on here. And that's a little technique I had to develop to keep from erasing surrounding clouds. It's a funny thing when you pick out the cloud you want to disperse. Just the fact of picking it out begins the process. I mean, as soon as you put that intention that you're going to erase a cloud, it starts happening. So you kind of have to be careful, and you have to start the camera right away, and try to just pick your target as quickly as possible.
Okay, so I mentioned my daughter earlier in the video, and I think the very best time we ever had erasing clouds was at a place called Disney Park in Marceline, Missouri. And my daughter and I were out there, a beautiful day, just taking a walk around the lake. And we sat down, and there was a cloud or a sky full of these little puffy clouds. I mean, just bunches and bunches and bunches. They're just scattered, almost look like, something you'd see in a cartoon. And we decided to erase one half of them, like the side. There was on the opposite side of the lake, there was a park, and where the slide was where we drew the line, and we took all the clouds off of the right-hand side, and it was so clear that we had done it, you know? I mean, there were a few little stragglers left here and there, but the right half of the sky was pretty much clear, and the left half was just peppered with all these little white clouds. I so wish I had that on video. That was so more impressive than this demonstration here, but, um, anyway.
So you can get the full thing on camera. But basically, my point is, notice how the one in the middle will erase, but the one below it and the one above it actually get a little bigger and thicker. And that's part of it. Whenever I pick a cloud out, I put my intentions of dispersing my target, and then I put intentions of enhancing the surrounding targets. Just trying to kind of keep from erasing things that I don't want to erase. Anyway, like I said, I picked little clouds today, and this is just part one. I'll do more of these. I assure you I can do bigger clouds, and I just wanted to do some small ones to maybe kind of get some other people fired up and started on this, and to keep the demonstration short. But believe me, this is fun. I love doing it. There's been days when I've erased every cloud in view and just gave myself a nice blue sky. Uh, the cloudy, puffy blue sky days are kind of few and far between here, it seems, the last few months. So as the weather picks up, so too will my Atmokinesis action. There you go. You can kind of see it's basically gone for the camera view, but in my view, you could still see some of it. And I realize this might seem silly or senseless for some of you, but hey, this is step one of Atmokinesis. I mean, you get the ball rolling pretty soon. You're controlling the weather and making sunny days when it's supposed to be rainy. All right, thanks for watching. Oh, and here's a little preview of some things I was doing. Doing a little aerokinesis, and I'm used to pushing and pulling targets. So I did this one day, and then I thought, well, that's kind of a neat little target. I haven't seen anybody do that. So here I'm going to try to generate some wind and blow this target over.
So again, this is kind of an atmokinesis thing because the wind is a very large part of the atmosphere. So we'll go ahead and watch this.
Yes, I know it's already kind of leaning. It takes about a 25-mile-an-hour gust to blow one over when it's sitting square. But here's, like I said, it's just a little preview. Oh, look at that. Ta-da! All right. I appreciate you guys watching. Lots more videos to come. Good day. God bless. And namaste.
All right, so there you have that. That's my big cloud busting demonstration. And unlike I said, or like I said in the video, I was going to make more demonstrations. And I recall doing several demonstrations, and I have my daughter record a couple of them, but I'll be darned if I can find them. And I definitely didn't upload them. Or if I did, they didn't make it into my playlist. I don't know. I didn't go through my entire channel, but if you guys know of another cloud busting video I put up and forgot, grab the link, put it in the comments, and we'll go watch it. All right, and then this one is about summoning rain. And I guess the video will speak for itself. Let me go check the comments real quick and see if we got any new insights, questions, comments, or anything. No, not really. Somebody commenting on cool cat avatar. That's cool. All right. So back to the video. Let's watch this summoning rain video.
HowToTelekinesis.com and me, faithful student of AvatarEnergyMaster.com. And today we shall summons the rain.
My apologies to Native Americans. I'm 1/16 Native American, so if I can get away with it, maybe.
This thinks he's an Indian. If I had an arrow, I'd shoot him in the throat.
I don't know if you guys recognize that voice. That's old Rigid Randy. One of these days, or I think maybe we already did go through my um, prank videos. I think is what I call them, whatever comedy stuff. And that's just a false character I made up who really doesn't like Trevor Seven. It's hilarious.
Hey, this is me on Sunday, April 27th, 2014, sitting in my office. I just got done doing my chores. And you know how when you're outside and you kind of feel that electrical charge in the air and you can just kind of feel like rain or a storm coming? Well, it was kind of like that. And I don't know what the predictions were. I haven't watched mainstream television since 2004, and I very seldom listen to public broadcast radio. So I don't know what the predictions were, but I can tell you I didn't create this storm. That's why I used the word summoning. But there was a moisture and electricity already in the air when I started doing this. And I don't know what your belief systems are, but anybody who's been working on like things like aerokinesis and things, it's quite obvious that our thoughts and emotions have a lot to do with the weather. I mean, direct reflection, if you ask me. So, I was a little leery about posting this because, this isn't going to prove anything to anyone. But it did give me an opportunity to kind of just let you guys know that the potential for this is there. And if you have the faith and practice and just believe what you can do, we could probably uh, steer some of these bad hurricanes away from people just through whatever word you want to use, thought, prayer, intentions. And there's some truth to it. And there's a lot of people out there that believe as I do. And as you'll see here, what I'm doing is just with my hand motion, I'm basically just imagining the drops landing in my hand and giving gratitude for that rain and mentally thinking about accumulating the rain in the clouds and it getting heavy and dropping down to me, just kind of pulling in some wind there, just to kind of stir up and get some precipitation falling. There you can see some storm clouds rolling in here. So it's more of a cooperation, and I'm not trying to take credit for every drop that falls or anything like that. But I want you to notice here in just a minute when the rain does start, notice that it starts right in front of me. Three big drops. That's the first drops you see for quite some time. And as the video progresses, you can see that it kind of rains more so in my area before it does elsewhere. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, that's not living proof or anything, but I know for a fact that I have some influence on the weather, and I thought I would put this out there and let some other people mess with this. You know,
Hey, Ricky, if you're watching and I didn't send you the join link or something, I put it in the YouTube comments. That link I put in there is a join link. So come on in if you're watching, Ricky.
there's harp and there's rain dancing and there's seed clouding. But to tell you the truth, strength is in numbers. And if we all realize that we have the ability to at least influence, if not manipulate the weather, then we can take over and start creating, ideal weather patterns for everyone globally.
That is very true. And I do believe that if we had enough people who were even the least bit connected with their psychic abilities, if we all meditated or prayed or whatever word you want to use, focused on making it rain over the um, wildfires in California or um, making it stop raining wherever it's flooding, that type of thing. I think we could seriously influence, uh, noticeably influence the weather.
I truly believe that if we unleash our full powers, we can create heaven on earth, and the weather's a big part of that. And then we get into the manifestation, and pretty soon we have no need for this monetary system and all these rules and regulations and false religions and everything. We can create a reality. And don't worry, it's not going to be used for evil. I've found that there's kind of a fail-safe mechanism. The powers are only granted to people of integrity, and if you're not going to do good things with it, I have a feeling you're not going to get much of anything. And if you're not trying to unlock these powers, guys, you're not going to find them. So start believing in yourself. And if you want to be telepathic, shut up for a few days. If you want to be able to predict the future, start predicting the next car that's going to come over the hill and start practicing and pursuing these abilities, guys. It's there. I promise you. And proceed with love, respect, and I wish you all the best. Good day, God bless, and namaste.
Boy, I got on my little soapbox there at the end, didn't I, guys? Telling you how it is, or how I wish it was anyway. All right, I think that's it on the demonstrations. And I have a feeling, well, not a feeling, from experience, I know that when you search for cloud busting, gosh, you can't even get to the search. Oh, I got to get out of that. Escape, maybe. There we go. When you search cloud busting, oops. It might help if I turn on a light where I can see my keyboard. There we go. Cloud busting. We're going to get a bunch of videos of Wilhelm Reich's little gizmo that, yeah, here it is. Cloud busting. Oh, I even misspelled cloud. Fortunately, they know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'll look and see if I got any cloud busting videos. But first, let's go back and see if there's any comments. I want to be live. I want to interact with you guys. So, man, if you got something to say, you got a question, you got a comment, you got something you want to share, put it in the chat, bro. Okay. Oh, there are some new comments. Good deal. There's my StreamYard link. Get in here, Ricky, if you're watching. A few years ago, I dissipated a funnel cloud that was forming overhead during a storm. Dude, you might have just saved somebody from a tornado. Let's see what else. Do you feel like the pull from where the heart center is? You know, really no physical sensations when I'm doing atmokinesis, be it cloud busting, summoning rain, or otherwise. What it is the connection with nature and the, how do I want to say this? The surrendering of self. Okay, instead of being an individual, you become part of your surroundings. And I think that, I don't know if equal is the right word, but comparable to the time you spend in nature. At that time, when I was doing that cloud busting and summoning rain and doing all that, I was addicted to nature. I mean, I was spending at least an hour or two every day out in the woods by myself, either meditating or playing my little hand drum or just, observing and touching trees and just really falling in love with nature. And I think that's probably the most important part of atmokinesis is being connected to nature and surrendering yourself as an individual, and becoming a part of the whole. What is this? Say if you're pulling TK wise. Yeah, like I said, it's not really, for me, it's not really even comparable to telekinesis. Good question, though. What else we got here? I've said once the real reason they killed Yeshua was because he was creating supermen and women who could take down the cabal. You might be onto something there, brother. Yeah, they're not really into this enlightening stuff. And when you go, I don't know that I'm shadow banned, but it's not like I pop right up when you go looking for me either. Unless if you search my name, some videos will come up. But yeah, I don't think they really want this kind of message out there. They're trying to detach us from nature and like they don't even want us being creative anymore. Oh, just let AI write your tagline or let AI create your thumbnail or let AI write your essay. They don't even want you being creative anymore. So yeah, like I said, you might be on something there. Where was that? I appreciate these comments, guys. Let's see. I've said, yeah, I think I read that one. Let's go to this one. Preach, brother. You're the man, Trebor. I've been following your work since like 2014. Oh, sweet, man. Nathan Boskowski. Well, thanks, Nathan. I wish I could say I could remember your comments from years gone by, but I don't remember. I appreciate your patronage, man, and sticking with me through all these years. The heart is by far the most powerful chakra. Yeah, I think so. Now, I don't know if it's the most important, but when it comes to doing anything, yeah, your heart's got to be in it for sure. All miracles I have been part of, a huge part is the heart chakra for sure. You said being in love with nature. That's exactly right. Yeah. And there's things about nature that people don't like, I mean, I'm in the Midwest, so there's mosquitoes, there's ticks, there's There's snakes, there's bobcat, there's things that can harm you out there. But just observing the whole cycle of nature from spring all the way through to winter, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful, harmonized cooperation between the sun, the weather, the soil, the plants, the animals. Everything has a time and a place. That makes me want to go play the song "Turn, Turn, Turn" right now. There's a time when everything's bursting into life. There's a time when it's in the prime of its life. There's a time when it's fading, and there's a time when it rests or dies. And you get to see that cycle over and over and over again, at least where I live. There are some people that just experience endless summer, which I don't think I would like. I love summer, don't get me wrong, but the changing of the seasons, it kind of teaches you things about life and growing old. Like, let's face it, I'm in the winter of my life now, and a lot of you guys are in the spring, and some of you are in the summer, and some of you are in the fall. Or I guess I would be in the fall more so than a winter, but it's the same in nature. The human journey is very similar to what happens right outside your door if you just observe it. What else we got here? Have heard or talked to the guys that started around the time you did, like Astro Solson. A lot of people disappeared. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that they, disappeared. Perhaps they disappeared off of YouTube. Um, I tossed the idea of dropping all this a couple years ago when I kind of stopped making demonstrations and stuff. It's just due to my lifestyle. I work 10 to 14-hour shifts. I have a family. I have a home business. I have gardening, yard work. I mean, not trying to make excuses or anything, but my life is pretty full. And at the time when I was making those videos, it was not so full. I was, you know, up to my neck in psychic abilities. That's what I was interested in. I'm still interested, and I use psychic abilities on a daily basis. That's why I kept the channel going. Thought, you know what? If I can still inspire, communicate, share anything, be it from the past or the present, that helps somebody develop their psychic abilities, it's worth keeping the channel open. But yeah, I get a little nostalgic. I wish I could go back and chit chat with some of those guys that were uh, practitioners back when I was at it. Speaking of which, let me check backstage. Doggone it, Ricky. So sorry you couldn't be here, bud. Don't know what happened, but anyway, I put you on the thumbnail. I'll give you some credit. Shout out Mad Cat Sphere. Where was I at? Here we go. I would love to disperse this global warming. It's been abnormal hot on some days already. Yeah, I don't really want to get into the global warming thing, but I think I would be more concerned about global cooling. I think we're kind of on a cycle, and it's going to heat up and it's going to get cooler. I think the sun is, yeah, that's a pretty deep subject. Let's don't get into all that. Well, what's the next one? Uh, Trebor Seven. Being is love with nature is all about the heart chakra. Exactly right. Yeah. And using your other senses, like I said, just being observant of uh, the cycle that's going on in nature. Like right now, it's just beautiful time. I had a birthday not long ago, and I think April 1st is like the beginning of the real beginning of the new year and everything. I love this time of year. The snow's melted, the green grass is starting to sprout, and you know, potential. There's so much potential. Uh, I just love the springtime and the energy that goes along with these times of nature. Like this is a great time to be doing telekinesis. I wish I had more spare time. Uh, the springtime seems like the ambient energy is abundant. All right, we got one more comment here, and then we'll go back here and see if we can find some YouTube videos on cloud busting. We are overdue for mini ice age. Yeah, like I said, I think the thing we need to worry about, guys, is the cold. The cold seems to be what gets us. All right, so this is a little contraption, and I don't know, maybe we'll just watch one of those. This one seems pretty short. In this video, we demonstrate our findings about the Cloudbuster. Okay, the device made after weather. So it's copper rods. I know that much for sure. And I do know these things work, but that's not really the type of cloud busting we're looking for. Let's see if we can find an actual demonstration. A poor man's cloud buster. That's cool. How to make your own Wilhelm Reich cloud buster. Yeah, that is for another time. How long is that video? 4 minutes. Like I said, we're not really into that. Hey, but look, this guy's going to show us that it works. And I don't know that this movement is necessary because I've seen people just mount them in their garden and it creates clear skies above their garden. So anyway, that's one way of doing it. And what are clouds anyway? Clouds are basically an accumulation of water crystals. And any of my viewers know that water has memory and can be programmed or influenced. And crystals, my gosh, they store information. So a huge gathering of water crystals, I mean, that's like the perfect target for psychic abilities. Come on. Let me know in the chat if any of you guys watching have done cloud busting. And I wasn't really paying attention when my video was on. I don't know if I really got into it. But really all you have to do is think about erasing them and keep your not focus is a bad word because you don't really focus when you're doing psychic abilities. But keep your attention solely on the cloud that you're working on. And I always liked picturing like I had a straw that was reaching all the way up in the clouds. Now it's breathing that cloud in. And that always seemed the best technique for me. And my daughter, she used a eraser method, like, like a chalkboard eraser. Well, we're getting out into the woods here. You can't find any cloud busting videos. Back in the day, whoa, this looks like one. What's this? Time lapsed 3 years ago. It's a short. Oh, no, it's just clouds blowing by. Conducted. Yeah, this is what happened the other night. I went to go looking for cloud busting videos and I couldn't really find any. All right, we're way off in the weeds now. So anyway, I think that's all the demonstrations we're going to have for now. And like I said, I don't have a lot more to say about that other than the fact that it is something that anyone can do. I think my daughter was like 4 or 5 when she started doing it. I'll have to bring that up. I just saw my daughter a couple days ago. I wonder if she remembers doing that. Well, you know what? We got joke of the day. Let's go hit the joke of the day. I don't even remember what I put in here. Something about the clouds or the sky or something, I bet. Here it is. Okay, so my blind friend loves skydiving. His dog hates it. Ha! Get it? CNI dog jumping out of the airplane. Yeah. All right. What else haven't we talked about? Let me put this back on. Let me check again and see if my faithful friend showed up. No, he did not. Doggone it. All right, guys. Well, I don't have a lot more to talk about. I think next month we're going to do biokinesis, that's kind of another broad one too. That'll get into some plants, animals, and healing. So we'll watch the infamous tree videos. I don't know if you guys remember that. Communicating with trees. I think I did some demonstrations where I was moving organic matter like leaves and whatnot. And then we might dabble into the topic of Ormus because that's a healing thing that kind of coincides with biokinesis. Anyway, we'll have another interesting stream about biokinesis next month. And then I think the next one after that would be June, we'll be doing telekinesis, which might be a pretty big show. Hopefully I can get Ricky and a couple other guests to come on. By the way, if you are a practitioner and you have some demonstrations and insights that you'd like to share and you want to join this live stream, let me know. Email me, leave a comment on a YouTube video or something. I'll catch it. You can email me, robert@treborseven.com, and I will reply. And when I set up the live stream, I'll send you a link and you can come in and chit chat, stay for the whole show, or just come in and share what you want to share and duck back out. All right. Having said that, I'm going to check comments. Speak now or forever hold your peace, guys. We're going to wrap this one up. I know it's kind of a short one, but the topic was short and sweet. Where did I leave off? No freaking way. Karen B, thank you so much for being here, Karen. Peace out. That's so cool. Let me show. There's Karen B. Man, I don't spend hardly any time online, Karen, but every once in a while I'll go back and watch some of your coffee talks or something like that. I'll try to catch a live one sometime and shout out in your chat. Thank you for being here, Karen. What else we got? 100%. The same process for me works on chemtrails. I've witnessed them simply vanishing. Yeah, I've done it on chemtrails too. I don't have that on video, but I have done some cloud busting. I bet Karen knows something about the Wilhelm Reich cloud busting mechanism. Knowing her, she might even have one. Let's see. I remember the height of those cloud busters, and along came the black helicopters circling their houses because of the big holes in the chemtrail clouds. I remember something about black helicopters back in the day too, like early 2015 or somewhere in there. I bought Ormus from you a couple times way back. Good stuff. Hey, thank you. And yeah, I still got Ormus available, and I've been giving several people some tips on making it. So yeah, either make it or get you some Ormus. Power off gives me applaud. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. And Karen B, namaste once again. All right, I think that's going to be it for this live stream. In the meantime, take good care of your body, follow your spirit, and open your mind. There's magic inside. Peace out, you guys.